I feel like I see this American crisis every day. I've spent my life working in the fight for reproductive rights. My wife works in gun violence prevention. We have a 1 year old in the midst of a formula shortage. Like every single day, just in my house, I experience a crisis. And at the same time, I know it's not just me, right? Like whether you care about voting rights or trans kids in schools or abortion access, no matter what the issue is, we are all experiencing an acute crisis right now, specifically the LGBTQ plus community. We are seeing bullying in schools. We're seeing attacks on trans kids. We've seen the deadliest year on record for trans lives. That's the moment that we are in. But the real facts of the matter are that even though this moment is dark and it's hard, there is immeasurable opportunity in front of us for what's possible for our people. Because with crisis, there's always this moment of reckoning that comes, and with reckoning, there's an opportunity for transformation in ways that we've never seen, felt, or experienced before. I believe that we can make big generational change happen right now, and I believe that we can do it together.
You're my little secret.
So the chick Riley Gaines, she's in front of, what's his name? Ted Cruz, and talking about how, Leah Thomas is a woman and shouldn't be competing in women's sports.
And because you have dared to speak up, you have been demonized, you have been vilified. I saw when you were attacked by a leftist mob at San Francisco State University for daring to speak up. You had an incredible record as a swimmer at the University of Kentucky. You were a two-time NCAA All-American. You were a five-time SEC champion. You're an SEC record holder and a two-time Olympic trial qualifier. But yet on March 27th, 2022, something changed. What happened on March 17th, 2022?
That's when Thomas and I raced in the 200 freestyle and again resulted in a tie.
And so you tied. What was the consequence of tying?
We went behind the awards podium where typically you're handed your trophy, you're marched out, you're named an All-American. And so we go back there and the official looks at both Thomas and myself and says, "Great job, but you guys tied. And we only have one trophy. Therefore, we're giving this trophy to Leah."
So they get this chick from human rights. She's an activist, okay? And he asks her a simple question. Hey, such and such and such. And she can't even answer the question. Well, it's not that she can't answer the question. It's that she can't give the right answer because the right answer will be detrimental to her narrative.
Ms. Gaines, that there's a difference between women and men?
If the question is about trans women,
I'm just asking, is there a difference between women and men?
what I can say is that the NCAA has rules in place. They've had rules in place for the last decade, and when this competition happened,
I'm going to try
the
again.
rules were clear.
Do you believe there's a difference between women and men? It's a yes/no question. Do you believe there's a difference?
Oh, I think that we're talking about this case with the NCAA.
No, I'm asking a question. Do you believe there's a difference between women and men? Most people could answer this very simply. I'm curious if you're willing to do so.
This every day. I've spent my life working in the fight for reproductive rights. My wife works in gun violence prevention. We have a 1 year old in the midst of a formula shortage. Like every single day, just in my house, I experience a crisis. Oh, absolutely. I'm just putting it into the context of the conversation that we're having. I think that there are definitions related to sex.
Is that a yes? So I'm trying to get a yes or no. I'm not trying to get a speech. Is there a difference between women and men?
I think that there are definitions for biological sex.
Okay, so you're not answering that. Let me ask you this question then. Why do women's sports exist? If you can't define a difference between women and men, why not abolish women's sports and just tell little girls to swim with little boys and see who wins?
Oh, I'm simply saying that that sex is different than gender.
Why
and I do believe
why
that
do
women's sports have a great value. I mean, Senator, I'll tell you right now.
Ms. Robinson, please answer the question I'm asking you.
Absolutely.
Why do women's sports exist?
I think that there's so many positive benefits to sports.
But why have a separate category for women? If there's no difference between women and men, why to have women's sports?
I'm saying that there's a difference between sex and gender, and that the NCAA has rules in place, which they have for the last decade.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to enter into the record an article from Duke Law called "Comparing Athletic Performances for the Best Elite Women to Boys and Men."
And her narrative is her life. You get what I'm saying? So you can't answer the question because you're gay. You are gay. You get what I'm saying?